Welcome back. On this week's episode, we're tackling a story based on a classic horror monster, but this one has a twist to it. I'll turn over to Mark and Jen, who are anxious to go. Take it away, guys.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a really captivating short story by Thomas Muller called Monster.
Right.
Well, we've got this story and, well, a prompt to really dissect its characters, their motivations, and it asks this core question: who are the real monsters here?
Yeah, it's a great challenge because, honestly, Muller doesn't make it easy for us. The story kind of drags you along this path where, the lines between human and beast or even victim and aggressor, they get incredibly blurry. So we'll be looking closely at the actions, the transformations that happen to really try and unpack what being a monster even means in this context.
Absolutely. It dives straight into fear, survival, and, the dark side of human nature. And as we find out, maybe non-human nature, too. So let's get started.
Yep.
The story opens with just profound desperation, really, and this deep maternal love. We meet Cheryl Page waking up her daughter, Kelly. She's 10.
And what hits you straight away is the urgency. It's like there's a plan. Cheryl's telling Kelly about this prearranged hiding place, this little carpeted room behind the basement.
Yeah, hidden.
Hidden, exactly. Accessed by a trapdoor blended into the wall. She gives her a blanket, her stuffed bear, a flashlight.
Yeah.
And then that pause, the kiss on the forehead, the mommy loves you very much.
Oh, yeah.
It just screams protection. That's her driving force right from the get-go, protecting Kelly, whatever it takes.
It sets the scene so powerfully, and we find out why Rick, the dad, went to the barn like 40 minutes ago, heard a noise, hasn't come back.
Right. And Cheryl sees his flashlight just disappear into the barn. Then she opens the back door and gets this unfamiliar, unfriendly smell. It's subtle, but really unsettling.
It really is. And then, bam, no warning.
Yeah, just this brown streak flash before her eyes, and Cheryl's knocked out cold, wakes up on the floor, suddenly surrounded by these guys with shotguns, pipes, a baseball bat.
It's such a brutal shift.
Yeah.
Really disorienting.
Totally. And you immediately pick out these two figures. Mitch, short, fat guy, seems like the leader maybe, and Tor, big, dark-haired dude.
And Mitch, his first words, not, "Are you okay?" or anything. It's, "Where's the girl?" He completely ignores Cheryl, asking frantically about her husband.
It's chilling. It tells you exactly what they're there for. And you start asking, okay, what's driving these guys?
And we find out quick. The townspeople, just standing there watching, they start shouting about missing animals.
Yeah, my little dog is missing. So is my cat. I had a cow tore up about a week ago. So they're running on pure fear and suspicion. They've decided the Pages are responsible.
And Mitch just lays it out, calls Cheryl an animal, says she's nothing but a monster. That dehumanizing language,
Yeah,
it's rough.
it really is. And even though she's handcuffed, getting roughed up, Cheryl fights back, tells Mitch to burn in hell.
She insists, we didn't hurt your animals. We raise our own. We're self-sufficient.
But it doesn't matter. They're not listening. Tor, who seems maybe even more menacing, just says if they don't find Kelly, they'll burn the house to the ground.
And they do it. They actually do it.
It's horrific. You hear Cheryl screaming, "No, God, no!" as the barn goes up with their own animals inside, the goats and sheep. The cruelty is just stark.
And while this is happening, little Kelly, hidden away, she sees the fire, steps out, clutching her bear, crying for mommy as the trucks just drive off.
Leaves you reeling, the sheer brutality of the mob.
Okay, so scene change. They drag Cheryl to this place, Harvey Point, tiny, isolated town, chain her to a fence.
Yeah.
In front of the cemetery.
Yeah, and the truck headlights create this whole stage almost. Spotlights on her, and you see the silhouettes of the town women and children watching from behind the trucks. It's public humiliation, pure and simple.
Amplifies the aggression, doesn't it?
Definitely. And Mitch is there, mocking her, saying she already knows the answer about her husband, just twisting the knife. But the focus is still Kelly. Find the girl.
And this is where it gets, well, really interesting. Mitch is pushing her, hinting about other options, threats. And then the moon comes out.
Right, and Kelly, little Kelly, she's crept through the cemetery. She's super close, like 4 rows back, hiding behind a big cross.
Mitch notices Cheryl acting weird, head bobbing, nostrils flaring, and then she smiles. That smile.
Oh, yeah. That's the trigger, the absolute turning point. Her head snaps up, she screams, "Run, Kelly, run!" But it's not her voice, it's this loud, piercing growl.
And her body just changes, twitches, contorts, shakes, the chains snap, arms, legs thicken, clothes rip apart.
Muller writes Cheryl Page was no more. She'd become this wolf-like beast. It's like the mob's cruelty literally stripped her humanity away.
The beast snarls, lunges, takes Mitch down instantly. And that detail, Mitch thinks he sees a hint of sadness in its eyes, just before his arm gets ripped off.
What does that even mean, right? Sadness in the monster. It suggests maybe Cheryl is still in there somewhere, trapped in that rage and grief.
It's a powerful image. Tor, meanwhile, is furious. Shoot it! But the guys hesitate. Mitch is in the way.
And Tor just loses it, screams that awful line from the story, "Mitch is dead, you fucking asshole, shoot it." So shots fire out, the wolf drops the arm, goes for Mitch's neck.
And then Tor just walks up, takes a shotgun, and shoots Mitch in the head. Ends his suffering, I guess. Grim practicality.
Incredibly grim. And Kelly sees all of it. The transformation, the violence, she gasps, drops her teddy bear.
And that bear becomes the focus. Spotlight hits it. Tor yells, "The girl is here!" Like proof. Their fears confirmed.
Yeah, but you gotta wonder, did they create the thing they feared? Tor is completely hardened now. Orders the men to hunt Kelly. Calls her an animal. A fucking monster like her mother. Tells the women, "Go home, lock your doors."
He sees her only as a threat now, a continuation.
Exactly. So Kelly runs into the woods. But something's happening to her, too. She feels this sharp shooting pain. She's suddenly faster.
She's changing, too, isn't she? Mirroring her mother.
The story says, what was Kelly Page stop twitching? It describes her stretching out, itching, coarse black hair for the first time on the cold, damp earth. Her senses sharpen. She's becoming a young wolf.
It's like this horrifying inherited curse, but also maybe the only way she can survive now.
And the violence just keeps spiraling. This character, Drunken Johnny, ignores warnings, stumbles into the woods after Kelly.
Thinks he hears her.
Right, and in this awful, ironic twist, he accidentally shoots another guy, Billy. Horribly disfigures him.
And then the young wolf Kelly appears to Johnny, smiles at him, and tears his throat out.
That smile.
Yeah.
It echoes Cheryl's, doesn't it? The cycle is just brutal. Humanity's chaos feeding the monster.
So Tor and the others find the bodies. More carnage. Willie, the guy who warned Johnny, he shows up too, even though he was told to stay put.
And the wolf, Kelly, she's already made it to the road by then, smashes Willie's truck window, leaves these deep scratches, a sign she got away.
So after all that chaos, the wolf just bolts deeper into the woods. The men are left shattered.
Yeah, and as the moon gets high, there's this final bone-chilling howl from the woods, like a declaration. Tor and the others, they just walk back to town, defeated.
Which brings us right back to that central question, doesn't it? Who are the real monsters here?
It's complex. I mean, on one hand, you have Cheryl and Kelly. They literally transform into beasts. They commit gruesome violence. That fits the bill, right?
Yeah.
Visceral. Terrifying.
Sure, the physical transformation, the violence, it's monstrous by any definition, but then you look at the townsfolk.
Exactly. Their fear, their suspicion, it turned them into this brutal mob, burning the house, the barn, terrorizing Cheryl, torturing her, probably killing Rick.
All based on what? Missing pets? No proof?
None. And you see Mitch's sarcasm towards absolute ruthlessness, how they dehumanize Cheryl and Kelly from the start. Those are monstrous acts committed by humans.
It really makes you think about how fear can just poison a whole community.
Right. And the story pushes you to ask, is monstrosity about what you look like? Or is it about the darkness in your actions, your intentions? Because you could argue that townsfolk's aggression, their injustice, it literally created the monsters they ended up hunting.
Their prejudice, that mob mentality, it's maybe even more unsettling than the wolf creature in a way.
It is, because it feels possible, real. The progression of their cruelty almost perfectly mirrors the physical changes in Cheryl and Kelly. One fuels the other.
So Muller's monster, it isn't just the wolf howling out there. It's also that human capacity for cruelty, for vengeance, for acting blindly out of fear.
And this deep dive really forces you to look past the surface, doesn't it? To weigh the motivations, the consequences, how one kind of monstrosity can directly breed another.
What a compelling and, pretty disturbing story. It definitely makes you rethink the whole definition of monster.
It really does. It highlights how easily fear can twist people into something. Well, something far more chilling than any creature from myth, maybe. The self-fulfilling prophecy of it all is what's truly unsettling.
Absolutely. And that leaves us with a pretty provocative thought, doesn't it? If those townsfolk had chosen differently, maybe compassion instead of suspicion, if they'd investigated instead of just reacting with violence. Would the quote-unquote monsters ever have emerged?
What does that say about where evil comes from in our own world?
Exactly. Something to definitely mull over until our next deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to read Monster, you can find it in the book Four Corners by Thomas Muller, available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and free to read with Kindle Unlimited. Join us next week for our season finale, a truly epic tale on a massive IP, leaving you wondering what could have been. Until then, remember, keep your perspective open. Artificial intelligence was used to assist in generating audio content for this episode.